Oh my God!
I gotta get away from y'all.
Wait.
Cause really, I couldn't get away from y'all. See, that's the type of shit I be talking about. This is what I be talking about. See,
I know.
Hello, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am Geneva. This is Geneva in General. And guys, after doing some more research this morning, I didn't have the heart to rewatch the travesty, the tragedy, the monstrosity of our Chicago Sky being deleted. Not deleted, but pretty much deleted and destroyed late last night, okay, when it was us versus the Indiana Fever at the United Center Arena in Chicago, Illinois. I can't believe I'm even saying this, but I've come to the conclusion after watching that game, and I just got done just now watching the post-game conference with head coach Tyler Marsh, Haley Van Lith, and Rebecca Allen. Guys, I believe that it is time for Angel Reese to request a trade.
You know what? Yeah.
I can't believe I'm saying this, but like I've seen enough, and like just seeing like how they handled themselves in this post-game conference after we just got humiliated, destroyed, obliterated, and embarrassed again like that. Angel Reese has no choice, okay? At this point, they are wasting her time because our front office is just that horrible. Listen to me, I'm going to ask you this. I'm going to tell you this, rather. There's a reason why Angel Reese has not been successful when it comes to attracting and re-attracting talent for the Chicago Sky. Let me tell you like this. Last summer, during the Paris Olympics games, we all saw, a lot of the world, like such as myself, we all got to see the beauty and the skill set that Gabby Williams has. Gabby Williams, guys, played for Team France on the women's basketball team when they were competing against the United States women in basketball for the gold medal. We were just so in awe and amazed at her. Everybody in the WNBA was vying for her attention, trying to court her, if you will. And ultimately, Gabby Williams chose the Seattle Storm, even though she actually was drafted first, because she started her career in the WNBA as the Chicago Sky. She used to be a skyscraper. Now she's with the Storm. Angel Reese actually tried to go on her campaign. She started politicking and tried to garner the attention and re-attract Gabby Williams to the front office. And Gabby Williams said it flat out and straight. Okay, I don't remember her words verbatim, but what she was saying pretty much is like, she's like, well, who still is working there? Who is running in the front office? And Angel Reese was like, oh no, girl, they don't work here no more. Like they all them people that you got into it with who was like, you know, stifling your career and like, they just didn't see your vision. They're gone. Jeff Pagliacca is still the freaking GM, Angel. Okay? People are not deaf, dumb, and blind and stupid, okay? Gabby Williams knows what Jeff Pagliacca is about. He ain't about nothing. He ain't about much. He ain't about talent. He ain't about, attracting good talent and skill sets and making the Chicago Sky a powerhouse in the WNBA. So, of course, Gabby Williams got some sense. She passed up on Angel Reese. She said, I love you, but no. She's like, absolutely not. I'm not going back to the Chicago Sky. She said, them people did me dirty. She goes to the Seattle Storm. Kalia Copper won a championship back in 2021, I believe, at the Chicago Sky. Angel Reese got to politic and trying to court her. Kalia Copper, you can leave the Phoenix Mercury, girl. We need you. Come back. Win another ring with us. Kalia Copper says absolutely not. Again, I can't say verbatim, but doing my research, she talks a lot about how the front office is just a hot mess. Just from the top to the bottom. She's like, just as an organization as a whole, it's just so dysfunctional. Like nobody who has some sense, anybody who got skills would be a fool to take their talents to Chicago. And I see it. I see it all over. And of course, we can't fail to forget and mention her good friend, her little partner, okay? Dejanay Carrington. They was down there in Miami playing an Unrivaled. Angel Reese had her on her Unapologetically Angel podcast. And she's like, girl, you should come to Chicago. Dejanay Carrington hit her with a side eye that was just deadly. She was looking at her like, no. Absolutely not. Like she was like, we'll think about it. I'll see. Because like, she was, being a free agent. She was shopping around looking for what her next team will be, which of course is the Dallas Wings. But she looked at Angel Reese like she was crazy. She was like, me? Go to Chicago? Y'all are a hot mess. Nobody wants to be a part of such an embarrassing organization. Look, Angel Reese got to go. Okay, listen. In the post-game conference, when it was Tyler Marsh, Haley Van Lith, and Rebecca Allen, this is what Tyler Marsh had to say on Angel Reese. He says, and I quote, this is the quote, he says, I don't think Angel struggled tonight. I think we struggled as a team. It's not about Angel being better for us. It's about us being better for Angel. Okay, you're saying that, but your actions are not showing that, Tyler, because again, if you want us to be better as a team, if you want the Chicago to be better as a team to support Angel instead of her trying to support us, she only made 4 points yesterday. You are playing them out of position. Again, she's not Jonquel Jones. She's not Steph Curry. Jonquel Jones is a 6'6", should be like a center, should be a power forward / small forward, but she can shoot the three. She can hit mid-range shots. Angel Reese, under your leadership, Tyler, is struggling to make a freaking a field goal from like a 5 feet 5 feet from the rim. Like, what is going on? And don't give me this, oh, they're tired. Listen to me. They had a 5-day break. They haven't played. The last game we played was what? Was it Dallas that we beat them? That was like 5 days ago. Well, minus yesterday, obviously. So that, yeah, it was 5 days ago from yesterday's game when we had to rematch with the Indiana Fever. It's like in those 5 days, did y'all practice? Did y'all watch film? Did y'all did y'all drink a protein shake? Like, what are y'all doing to, to strengthen your endurance, your athleticism, that raw prowess, that power, strength, agility, and basketball IQ? It's like, what are y'all doing on y'all days off? Just chilling, running the streets of Chicago, in the Windy City? Like, what are we doing, Tyler? Again, you're the captain of the ship. And I ain't gonna lie, I don't want to like tear him down. Him being a black man in a leadership position, a position of power. You try to be like, we're trying to stay on code, but at the same time, it's like I can't help it. I'm frustrated. Angel Reese just needs to request a trade. I'm gonna tell you like this: if she requested a trade, I used to want to say, like, you know what, if she has to leave the Chicago Sky, let her go to my third favorite team, the Las Vegas Aces. But they are such a hot mess. They just got destroyed. A 20-point blowout. I think it was a 20-plus point blowout the other day, just yesterday, my Golden State Valkyries. Okay, and it's like Becky Hammond just seems like she's lost in the sauce. Her leadership skills it's just non-existent. It's like almost like she don't care no more. I'm like, I need Angel Reese to be a part of a program, be underneath the leadership of a coach that is just like so so tenacious. And I believe like just one player, and I'm sorry, not one player, one team and one coach comes to mind. None other than Cheryl Reeve, the head coach, the greatest coach in the WNBA period. She won that title multiple times. Angel Reese should leave the Chicago Sky and go to the Minnesota Lynx. Guys, it's the only way for her to improve. I remember, again, like, if you guys don't know, shout out to Courtney Williams. She plays for the Minnesota Lynx. Her and Natisha Heidemann, their teammates there. They have a podcast on Twitch. I'm not on Twitch, so I want to, subscribe to them. I'm going to have to figure out a different way because they're just hilarious. I'm going to do another video on them later on today when Dallas Wings plays them because they had Dejanay Carrington on as a guest. They were all good friends when they played together at the Connecticut Sun. But Courtney Williams was talking about how, like, Coach Cheryl Reeves is such an incredible. She said if she wants to do something else besides be a basketball coach, she needs to get into motivational speaking. She said Cheryl Reeves would go into their locker room, and it's like a halftime, and they down bad. She said sometimes she'll cuss us out. Sometimes she does get into us. Okay, she'll tear into us. But other times, she said when we're down bad and it's halftime, she said Cheryl Reeves will march into that locker room, and she will say some things to them girls. She said, Courtney Williams said, like, she makes me want to run through a wall. Tyler Marsh does not give that. Again, Angel Reese is suffering under poor leadership, poor management. Again, it's not just Tyler. Look at Jeff Pagliacca, the general managers, the front office, the back office, the accountants, the lawyers, the marketing experts, the ticketers. Everybody has got to be fired, but obviously that's not going to happen. Chicago Sky is in love with dysfunction, which is why they can't attract and re-attract and keep talent. Angel Reese needs to leave, okay, because they are wasting her time and talent. I'm gonna say it like this. I know we kind of get in our feelings when we say this. I, as a huge fan of her, I'm disappointed in Angel Reese. Yes, I am also disappointed in the Chicago Sky. Angel Reese does not respond to this weak leadership, and like he kind of tried to take accountability in that post-game conference where he was like, me being the head coach. He's like, ultimately this is on me. After Courtney Vandersloot, has she just hurt her knee last night. It looks like a torn ACL, just terrible. He was like, we don't want to use that as an excuse, but he was like, our main point guard is now down. He's like, we need to, have something to respond with that. We have to respond, regardless of, our leader, Courtney Vandersloot, being our point guard leader, is down. And then Rebecca Allen was speaking. She was like, I have to step up my role. She said, in my leadership position, the way I execute as a leader is to be the encourager. And she's like, now with Courtney Vandersloot being down, she's like, I need to step up my role, become a better point guard, and just being an encourager for my team and the rest of my teammates. And of course, Haley Van Lith was talking about, like, our hearts go out to Courtney Vandersloot, and, we don't want to make that moment in vain. And she vowed, like, we're going to make sure, like, girl, bye, stop it. Haley Van Lith got the ball stolen from her from three times. She only scored, 4 points at, the end of the fourth quarter while it was done. We were already 6 feet under in the casket. We're trying to dig our way out. You're not getting out. You're dead. Tyler Marsh has no business allowing both Camilo Cardoso and Angel Reese should both leave Chicago and go to the Minnesota Lynx, okay? Under Cheryl Reeves, they're going to get her together. And you have the players such as Nafisa Collier, Okay, Natisha Heidemann, great. Courtney Williams, incredible. All these amazing, incredible women. That's an organization that know what they're doing. Okay, ain't no drama. They're very mature, but they're very fun and funny. Okay, they have such great personalities. But ain't no drama and all this nonsense going on in Chicago. I don't know what it is about Chicago sports, down to football, baseball, basketball, hockey. It's like Chicago as a whole, the city is just cursed. If you are Chicago sports fans, it's like, why do we have to continue to suffer? They eating them up, guys, in the video on YouTube. You can just watch it here on YouTube. Just type in Chicago Sky post game conference. Of course, yesterday being June 7th. People are saying Fire Marsh and Jeff Pagliacca both have made the team worse than they were last season, which is I agree. I 100% agree. Says Tyler needs to be removed as the head coach by All-Star break. Someone says Tyler needs to step down. Tyler Marshmallow, if you don't take Kia out the lineup and replace her with Allen, I've been saying this. I said, why in the world is Kia Nurse starting, getting more minutes, more time, and opportunities than Rebecca Allen? This is self-sabotage. Since the last time this guy got whipped by the Fever, they faked a hate crime. What's going to be tonight, y'all? Damn, that's embarrassing. That got over 50 likes. I mean, just the comments is just they confirming what we already know. Now again, I ain't gonna lie. As a woman, I'm a woman. Okay. My mind could possibly change, but in order for my mind to change, and I say, you know what, Angel Reese made a great decision. Girl, you want to retire as a Chicago Sky, you should do that. The only time my mind will change is if they improve. If they don't improve and say the next, I don't want to give it 10 games, but fine, y'all. Y'all talking about we got to just wait till the 10th game. If I was Angel Reese, I would hit up my sports agent and say, hey, demand a trade. I need to go to Minnesota. I'm going to Minnesota. Again, Chicago Sky is determined to be dysfunctional. They're in love with dysfunction. They are determined to be the laughing stock of the WNBA league. And Angel Reese and Camila Cardoso don't deserve this. Again, I can't defend Haley Van Lith. She has not done anything for me to be, impressed. Even in her college days. Like, why? Angel Reese managed to pull freaking Haley Van Lith up to Chicago. That's the only woman that Angel Reese was able to convince to come to Chicago. DJ Carrington said hell no. Gabby Williams said hell no. Kalia Copper said hell no. She done dragged Haley up there for what? To get dragged and embarrassed. If Angel Reese had any sense, her and Camila Cardoso, they would demand a trade tonight and hopefully become a Minnesota Lynx.